Ladies and gentlemen, how are you doing today? I am your planetary defense commander, Star-Lord New Thor 7, the T, and we are about 5 days away from potential impacts of possible tropical storm, possible hurricane Isaias, or I don't even know how to pronounce it, man. And usually when the models can spell it out pretty clearly for people, that's when my hackers get really angry because it gets really easy for the average Joe to tell people what is happening. But nobody knows what is going to happen right now. But it is looking more and more like a possible dangerous situation for people in Florida and possibly along the coast. So I need you to pay attention, and I need you to pay attention now. We've got some information that's concerning. Hurricane Tracker app letting us know the new 12Z Euro ensembles take potential tropical cyclone 9 towards the Bahamas and Florida in about 5 days. No ensembles are fully out to sea and more tracked into the Gulf this run. Although the Gulf scenarios this run are fairly weak, there's a lot to watch over the coming days, and we're talking about 100 hours before potential impacts, and there will be impacts to Puerto Rico and many of the other islands, and none of them are fully out to sea, which means the King Euro, about 5 days out, is saying that there will be some type of a landfall. Though miracles are possible, we need prayer warriors to get on the top of your game, but we need people to prepare and plan for a worst-case scenario. Okay? I love you. Frank's weather, convection to the southwest has begun to wane while convection just in the general west direction continues to fire off. Might be getting closer to a location for low-level cyclone development. Ed Piotrowski letting us know the European ensembles certainly buy into a more southerly track over the greater Antilles, leading to a weaker storm. And so the more it tracks over the islands, the less it would probably intensify. The worst case scenario is if it kind of went in the more northerly, went over these islands, and then would have a chance to strengthen. But remember, Hurricane Hannah strengthened to a strong Category 1 storm in a pretty short amount of time. And so nobody knows what's going to happen yet. There are a lot of surprises possible. We are in hurricane season. It's 2020. You know what? Like this is like every comic book ever made. And so this month, the next month, the month after that, we'll be dealing with hurricanes and possibly earthquakes and volcanoes while we have a cold civil war amongst people politically. Yeah. Who wanted more sharks? We got more shark sightings in the waters off Long Island beaches. So they halted swimming. Maybe somebody out there is going to be like, sharks are a hoax. David Begnant. As many as 100,000 customers in Puerto Rico are reported to be without power right now. And this is 36 hours before a tropical storm is projected to hit the island. Oy vey. We got increased fire risk in the northwest. The trend for potential Cyclone 9 has been to stay south of guidance, and it looks to be continuing that trend on satellite this afternoon. And if it forms a new center south of Barbados, then you can toss everything up to this point. So it's a real crapshoot as far as 5 days out. It's a real crapshoot, dude. But hey, if you wanted a double meteor shower that could spark brilliant fireballs next week, look up in the sky. Next week, of course, after flying southwest for a while, recon has yet to find a close circulation. Rather sharp winds as of now, which is not very surprising. Then Mr. Mark Mancuso is letting us know we got drenching, heavy flooding coming to the middle of the USA. We're talking Kentucky. We're talking Tennessee. We're talking Iowa. Yep, and it's going to be heavy flooding, dude. Matt Lanza letting us know that they had storm chasing as far back as the Great Depression era. And they used mules to chase tornadoes, I guess. A new tropical disturbance is developing in the Atlantic Ocean. It could pose threats to Puerto Rico and Florida, the National Hurricane Center says. So if it goes over the islands, it kind of prohibits development, which would be good, but that would mean heavy rain for the islands. If it stays above the islands, it could be a pretty serious hurricane when it comes in to Florida and the coast. You know, 2020 is so weird. Be ready for just about anything. But we're looking at impacts anywhere from Sunday. So that's not a whole lot of time, dude. We got super lucky with Hurricane Douglas as it just barely missed Hawaii. Will we get that lucky with SSES? I hope so, but I wouldn't bet on it. I think, Hawaii's like the least concerned about politics, so I think they get extra lucky for that. We should follow their lead. All eyes will be on the system over the next week. Yeah, it's giant. It is over 1,000 miles wide, I think, if I read that correct. But remember, last year, about 5 or 6 days out, this is kind of the same cone, and the prayer warriors or atmospheric defense or Astro Club worked, and so it just went up the coast, and it didn't hurt anybody. It was called Hurricane Dorian. But I think definitely everybody on this side of Florida needs to be prepared. It could even slip under and go in the Gulf. Right now, I think Florida needs to be prepared. But my guess is that it will come in North Carolina and then come up into New York. That is just a guess. So everybody just be ready, and this will change hour to hour. I will do my best to bring you guys the absolute best coverage possible, but the large groups that try to control weather on YouTube get real bitchy and pissy and hackery, especially when they got the cone that shows them what to tell people. Oh, man. But I'll be doing everything I can to bring you guys as much awesome information as possible, because you guys are super fantastic, and you have been super awesome to me. I appreciate that. But, yeah, it's still a mess. So, yeah, let's hope it never really develops. But, dude, it is 2020. Anywho, I do a monthly fundraiser because this is my full-time job. If you would like to contribute, I got a snail mail. I got a PayPal, a Venmo, a Cash App, a Patron. I've only got $1,727 left to raise in 6.5 days. And I got to say super duper awesome thank you to Angel, Bennett, Robert, and Andy. I am watching this thing like a hawk and will be pretty much just nonstop over the next 5 to 7 days. So please, everybody, be prepared, and I'll be back with updates when more very important information comes in. But I am not blowing this out of proportion to say it could be dangerous. We don't know what the intensification is yet, but if none of the models of the Euro 5 days out have it fully out to sea, that means somebody's going to get landfall, whether it's a depression, tropical storm, or hurricane. If the Euro's kind of locked in 5 days out, then it would take a major miracle for the Euro to be wrong. It's still possible, but what I'm saying is that it looks like right now the odds are definitely leaning to this making landfall. So please, everybody be prepared. We've lost enough people, too many, in 2020 due to the pandemic and the plague, and if there is an evacuation situation, it will be in a plague scenario. Plus, our crappy-ass government, Democrats and Republicans, just let unemployment benefits expire for 30 million people, so a lot of people won't even have the money to evacuate, even if they want to. So, yeah, please pray. Please pray for everyone. All right, stay cool. God bless everyone.